getting home in the rain. Can I fix you a quick martini? Yo. I remember when I remember when I lost my mind. Okay, hi everybody. Cheers. I have my protein shake. I have my phone. As you can probably tell from the title of the video, this is a long-awaited Korea Q&A. And I just really miss it. And why did I put off making this video? One, because there's like so much to cover, and I like, no matter how many videos I make about it, like nothing can begin to explain how great of an experience it was. So another reason was every time I tried to film the video, because I've tried to film this so many times, it just went downhill. Now that we have the time, now that we've collected our thoughts, we're gonna try to get to it. There were a lot of questions that came through, a lot. And so we're just gonna get started. This video needs 2 parts. I will answer the burning questions, all right? So first question, why did you go and for how long? So I was an exchange student up at Korea University. I was taking classes towards my major, and I was there for about 8 months. Aside from taking classes towards my major, I took Korean history, culture, and language classes. Next question. How did you learn Korean? What helped you to learn Korean the most? So I've been watching Korean dramas since I was in 6th grade, and that's how I picked up the language, through watching so many. I picked up the language, the phrases, the pronunciation and toning of everything. Then once I cracked the code on how to read the Korean alphabet, or Hangul, then yeah, everything just took off from there. Once you know how to read, oh my gosh. I practiced my reading a lot, then I learned how to write the characters. Then I would do simple sentences here and there. Some websites that really helped me learn and practice Korean is one, TTMIK, Talk to Me in Korean, or the website is literally called How to Learn Korean. Those are really helpful. Yeah, learn how to read. Guys, it's like the English alphabet, so you can build words with the characters, like how you build words with letters. I learned how to read the alphabet in 45 minutes. So it helped me to learn Korean the fastest, or to pick it up the fastest, was being in the country itself. Being in the country of that language, people will laugh at you when you mess up. Especially the aunties and the uncles. As a big boy. Sorry. Messing up in front of native speakers, I will say it time and time again. That's how you learn the fastest. It's not necessarily because they correct you. It's because you feel so humiliated after they laugh at you that you
never want to feel like that again.
You pick yourself up and never make the mistake again. You know what I mean? Also watching reality shows. Next question. Do you like Korean style fashion? Abso-freaking-lutely. I would say it has to be one of my favorite styles of fashion. I feel like the style fashion for women is very feminine, very flowy, very pretty, clean, and collected. For the men, ooh! If my man, whoever my man is, if he can dress like the Korean men do up there, ooh! I'm about to say I do! And I don't want to be one of those that puts a blanket statement over the whole population of Korea. I was mostly in the city, so I was in Seoul, right? If city life Korean fashion is my forte, you know what I'm saying? Men and women's fashion I absolutely love, and I'm just gonna keep it at that. It just looks good, especially on them. Ooh, this is a big question. Biggest culture shock or biggest culture difference from Hawaii? All right, and I had to like put bullet points down here because there's a lot of stuff. In Hawaii, majority of people are just like, you can talk to anybody, have a full-blown conversation with anybody. People are very helpful to each other here. Very aloha spirit, basically. Over there, yeah, you cannot just walk up to anybody and start a conversation. It's not like how you can do it here. There's also formalities in the language when you speak to someone. So like if you're speaking to somebody older than you or speaking to someone in a higher position or status than you, you have to speak a certain way. You have to end your sentences a certain way. And then when you're speaking to people who are younger than you, you can be informal. It's a very age hierarchy kind of society over there. Another culture shock is that majority of places are very clean. Another culture shock is how materialistic people can be up there. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just very different from here. Educated and rich and having all of these things, luxury brand names, and wearing it and looking the part is very much considered success up there. Because majority of the people are like dressed up all the time, I could finally dress up, because here I never dress up because it's just too hot. And up there they take material things, especially luxury brands, really seriously. Like one of my friends, she was Korean, she went to Korean high school. She told me a story about how she almost got in the middle of a bullying ring. Like she was gonna be bullied by all these bullies because she came to school not wearing luxury brand stuff like coats and backpacks and shoes and stuff like that. And I'm like, no freaking way. I thought they were like over exaggerating in the K-dramas. About stuff like that, they are definitely not sugarcoating it. That is real life. Another big culture shock over there is the couple culture. Like it's pretty nuts. Before I went there, my view on couples that match every single thing that they own with each other to make sure everybody knows that they're a couple, I thought it was ew. That's cringe. That's like, keep that to yourself, keep it in your room, whatever. But then I go to Korea, you know who's a couple because they're matching everything, down to the shoes, down to the clothes, down to the colors that they're wearing. Everything is matching. And then, yeah, when I started to see it every single day, I'm like, I want that. Like,
I want a man to do that with.
A similarity that I noticed between our cultures is spam. Literally spam. Everybody and their mother in the mainland US, they're like, spam is a peasant food. Spam, you eat spam if you're poor. Here in Hawaii and up there in Korea, we praise spam. Spam is, they use it in so many things. They gift it. They
gift spam, like they package spam purposely for gifts. Like it's in really pretty packaging, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. All right, next question. Safety. Is it safe? From my experience, yes, I'd consider it very, very safe. Like every place has crimes, including Hawaii, including over there. But overall, yes, I would agree it's a very safe country. Why do I think that? Because everything is filmed. There are cameras everywhere. So the rumor is true. You can leave your stuff in cafes, go wandering for however long, come back and all your stuff is still there. I was in a cafe, maybe like a 10-minute walk from my apartment. And so I had my computer, I was doing my little studies, whatever. And then my computer's dying and I forgot my charger in my apartment. So I get up, not a worry in my head. I get up and I start walking back to my apartment. It was a nice little walk, take a little break from all my studying. I get back maybe 15, 20 minutes later, all of my stuff is there. And I leave my laptop, my phone, my wallet, everything that could be valuable, I left it in a cafe full of people, in a town that's full of people. Everything was there. So Stuff like that you can definitely do. Next question. What was the walking life like? Ooh, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I got there, first 2-3 weeks of walking everywhere was rough. Especially me having flat feet. It can take a toll on Polynesian feet. After that, it was the best kind of workout. It kept me warm throughout the winter. Next question, COVID. I went when it was still kind of really strict on COVID, so everybody was still masked. There was a point where you had to have a negative test or proof of vaccine to go anywhere. For my birthday, I really wanted to go to this one cafe. I had to get a negative test. So I go to the place to go get tested, right? And then my SIM card for my phone stops working. And the only way you can get sent your results is if you have a Korean SIM card, if you have an ARC, or my SIM card is not working. So I try to get a new SIM card. I get the new SIM card after 3 days. So I order the new SIM card, 3 days pass, I get it. I try to put it in my phone, the thing is not working. And I keep trying every single different method for like 3 days. And I'm like, it's not working. I'm messaging the company. I'm like, can I please get a refund or can I please get a new SIM card? Like, it's taking about 5 days in total just to get a new SIM card. I finally get the SIM card. I finally go to get my test. I get my test results, right? The day of my birthday that I decide to go out is the day that they lift the rule where you have to show a negative test. I go into the cafe that I did all of this hard work for. And they're like, oh, we don't do that anymore. You don't need to show it. I'm like, excuse me. Besides that, COVID wasn't too bad over there. What was my favorite restaurant? What was my favorite food? Okay. So first, Kimne restaurant is a chain of restaurants. There was a Kimne right next to my apartment. And let me tell you, the amount of food you can get for a small price, astronomical. My favorite fried chicken place was Teri Ro즈 닭강정. I love it, especially the 양념 chicken. Oh my gosh. Next was Chimdak. That was the name of an actual restaurant and one of the best foods there. I can't even explain it, but it's really good. Another favorite restaurant is 7-Eleven. I think Hawaii and Korea 7-Eleven are superior. Next was Plant Cafe in Itaewon. That place was freaking banger. Then it was this wings place in Itaewon where they have really cheap Tuesday night wings. It was bomb. It was fire. It was yes. Next question. Cafe hopping, is it a hit or miss? Definitely a hit. If you like the cute aesthetics of like taking pictures and coffee and cafe dates and stuff like that, it's definitely a hit because there's such a variety of cafes. There's animal cafes, there's themed cafes. I feel like the whole country is obsessed with presentation and things looking pretty. Why are there so many cafes up there? Because Koreans like to drink coffee. Koreans can drink iced Americanos like water. That stuff is bitter. Next question. Is it expensive or inexpensive? I would say for the most part, it's pretty inexpensive, pretty cheap. Fruit and clothes are definitely pricey. Unless you go to like the side little kiosk or the little uncles and aunties selling fruit on the side of the street, that's the cheapest fruit you're gonna get. Fruit from anywhere else, like the markets or the grocery store, those stuff are stupid expensive. General food and authentic Korean food is definitely cheap. I was really hungry one night and I went walking around in my little university town and I found this bibimbap place. I ordered this one thing. It's this big bowl, rice and vegetables and meat, and it comes with side dishes. Guess how much it was? $3.80 USD. Next question. Which place is your favorite? Ooh, did go outside of Seoul, so I went to Busan, Gangneung, Jeju, and Suwon, and Pyeongtaek. So Jeju is like the island off the peninsula. When I went there, it reminded me of home. So I liked Jeju for that. Busan too was literally on the coast, so it felt like home too, but it was a good mixture of the city and home. Next question. I'm going to Seoul for a month. Recommendations? Number 1, please don't be an uncultured, entitled tourist when you go there. I know how annoying it is for people to just romanticize everything about coming here to Hawaii, and I hate tourists like that. I hate tourists like that.
We're just like, I'm trying to live my Hawaiian life. Hawaii called me here. I'm meant to be here.
Be quiet. Try to learn something about the people and the place before you get here. Anyways, So that's what I tried my best to do before I even got there. Second thing, if you're going, please act your age. Don't be a child. Next thing, please learn the language. Even if it's just phrases at first to get you by. I cannot stand the hoes who would refuse to speak Korean. Like, they would only speak English, and they would expect everywhere they went for everybody to speak English. I'm like, are you dumb? Also, go there for learning. Be open to learn and be open to new experiences. That kind of leads me into the next question, which is, how did they treat you as a foreigner? It was my first time being a foreigner, or like being called a foreigner. I did get a lot of compliments on my hair, my eyes, and when I told people where I was from, they'd always light up. Like I said, I did try to speak Korean as much as possible. But when I couldn't, they were understanding.